What is a New Year's resolution? What is a resolution? Why do people even make resolutions? What's the whole point? What's the goal? Have you made resolutions? Or have you given up making resolutions? Maybe you decided I'm not making any resolutions. Let's talk about resolutions and your marriage. So let's talk first about what is a resolution. A resolution is a resolve. It is an expression, it is a statement of resolve. It's something that you have said, it's a statement that you desire to do or not do. It's a statement, it's a commitment. And resolutions are powerful. They have a great place in our human experience because at some point we have to resolve, we have to make a resolution if we're going to see change, growth, transformation from one thing to another. We make resolutions mostly in order to fix something with which we're frustrated in life. You might be frustrated with your weight, and so you make a resolution that this year is going to be the year that I lose weight and get healthier. We make resolutions to move forward in life. I'm leaving this behind or that behind, or these people or those people, this circumstance or that circumstance. I'm moving forward. I'm moving in a new direction. We make resolutions because we want to fix things, because we want to solve problems, because we're tired of being frustrated, being stuck, being in the same rut of life circumstances or health circumstances. But what's interesting to me is most people don't make resolutions as it relates to their marriages. And in this video, I want to give you 3 powerful resolutions that you absolutely should make this year, in fact, before the new year, so that you can have the marriage that you really want. Like, you don't have to throw the marriage away. Listen, you don't even have to be a rocket scientist when it comes to marriage, but if you make some really powerful resolutions and you work at them, the whole game of your marriage can change. All right, so before we get into what these resolutions are, we should talk about why some resolutions don't work. Why is it that they don't work? Why is it so many people make resolutions to go to the gym and lose weight and get healthier and then fizzle out along the way? There's a really, really good reason, maybe a few good reasons, but most of it is people think that desire is the same as direction. Desire is one thing, direction is another. Like when I was growing up, I had a desire. I wanted to be a husband. I wanted to be a father. I made a resolution. Sitting on my mother's green, pea green, it wasn't just green, it was pea green, sitting on her pea green Maytag washing machine in the housing projects that I grew up in. My father wasn't there. I watched my mom do everything she could to provide for us and to take care of us, but I knew something was missing and I knew it was a father. And I made a resolution. I said, one day I'm going to get married. I'm never going to leave my wife and my children. It was a great resolution. It was loaded with desire. It was loaded with passion. The only problem was I didn't have any direction. I had no clue what to do. Zero clue what to do. How do I become the husband I'm supposed to be? How do I even find the right woman to marry? What does it mean to be a dad? And I became a dad after I got married. We have 4 kids. I was like, how do I do this? I was fulfilling my dreams without any direction. I was on the destination to where I wanted to go, but I didn't have a roadmap. And that can make for a very, very frustrating journey. A lot of times people make resolutions, but they don't realize that where you lack direction, you have to add something else. And I call that structure. I call it assistance. No one succeeds at anything alone. So let's talk about these 3 resolutions that you should make as you're coming into this new year of 2026. And if you're watching this video in another year or another 2 years, you should make these same resolutions because these are not going to change for most people. How about this one? No more recycling our old issues. No more. Somebody say it with me. No more. Yeah, say it with me. No more. No more recycling the old issues. Let's not recycle our old issues. Let's not keep going around in circles. Let's not keep doing the whole here we go again, here we go again, here we go again. Let's not keep doing the whole broken record thing when it comes to communication, for example. Like, how long are we going to keep not being able to communicate in a healthy way, in a way that is life giving, in a way that makes us feel closer to one another, makes us feel seen, heard, legitimized, all of those things, affirmed? When are we going to stop this cycle of bad communication? Like, you got to stop the cycle, but you got to begin with a resolution. Like, let's not do that anymore. No more recycling old issues like an unfulfilled sex life. Like, the intimacy is not, it's not satisfying. It's like it's here, it's there, it's awkward, and there's something going on between us, but I'm not really feeling it. And one person's like, well, why can't we? And like, how long are we going to do this and expect to get better? Let's stop recycling the old issues. Let's stop recycling them. Let's stop going around and around and around and around in circles, because the more we go around, it's what I call we revolve, the more we begin to devolve. Yeah, because things don't just keep going around and around. We begin to lose altitude in our relationship, in our passion, in our love for each other, in our desire to be with each other, because going around in circles and continuing the same unhelpful cycles, it's draining to our energy. If I'm talking to you in this video, please put something in the comments and let me know, yep, this is my video, you're talking to me. And I'm gonna talk about some solutions, like what do you do if you're recycling things like emotional or the lack of emotional fulfillment. Like you feel like your spouse has no clue what you really need emotionally. Like they don't pay attention to you emotionally. You feel like they dismiss you emotionally a lot. You feel like they're on their own thing and they don't see you over here standing or sitting, drowning emotionally, waiting for some real connection, some real companionship, someone that you can really pour your heart out to and they hear you. You know, one of the things I decided years ago was that I would slow down long enough to really listen to Sherry. Sherry and I've been married for almost 35 years. If you didn't know, I'm always bragging about my wife because I love my life with my wife. It's been beautiful and amazing. Not easy, but amazing. But I decided years ago, I made a resolution that I'm gonna listen to her. I'm gonna lean in when she's talking. I'm gonna make time every day to just listen to her, to be with her. Like, we love to talk to each other. We love to share our thoughts, our ideas. Now, y'all know this. Women tend to have more words. It's not exclusively true of women, but generally, yeah. And I used to not pay attention. I used to be like, oh my gosh, can you hurry up already? Can you just quickly, just say whatever you got to say? Just get to it. I got stuff to do. I had to stop that. I made a resolution that I was no longer going to cut her off, short circuit her desire to communicate her dreams and thoughts with me. And I found out what I needed to do. I got some help so that I could become the kind of person, the kind of husband who could engage her that way. I didn't realize how much work I had to do on me. So let's stop recycling old issues, old issues that we recycle, like unresolved infidelity, affairs, cheating. Like you had an infidelity, there was an affair that disrupted your marriage, and maybe you swept it under the rug. Maybe you're like, okay, well, we're gonna stay married, so we'll just keep going. But the pain hasn't gone anywhere. The frustration is still there. The sting of it is still there, and you haven't felt nearly as close to one another since you discovered the infidelity. Things haven't been the same. Let's not keep recycling that. Believe it or not, you can break the cycles. You can break all of these bad cycles. In 2026, this can be your year to go to a new level of connection and communication and intimacy and empathy and break the old cycle. I've been working with couples for years, watching them do it. I might be the only hope dealer on YouTube when it comes to these issues, because so many people think that if you keep recycling these kind of painful challenges, that your marriage has to end. But I want to tell you that you can have a new marriage. It begins with a made up mind. You have to decide, and you have to decide together that we're going to not recycle these old issues. No more recycling the old issues. Why don't you get together with your spouse if you're not together right now, and let's just say, hey, can we decide that we're not going to keep recycling these things that keep tearing us apart? Ask them right now, right now. Text them if they're not in the same room. Hey, can we decide together? No more recycling of old issues. Just I'm listening to this amazing relationships expert and executive marriage coach, and he's challenging us this year. No more recycling of the old issues. That's the first resolution. Here's the next one. No more winging it. No more winging it. Like, when are we going to stop winging it? When are we going to stop playing like we know what we're doing? It's amazing to me how much we won't wing in life. Are you following what I'm saying? Like, you can't wing your way to a healthy marriage. And why keep like hoping something's going to happen? Why keep wishing maybe it's just going to get better? We wing it by doing all sorts of things. We try everything. We try books, we try retreats, we go to the couples event at church. We just keep patchworking towards solutions, and for most couples that's never going to work. It's never going to work because the way you get to the next level in your marriage, to that intimacy, to that connection, to that healthy communication, to healing that really needs to happen, you need a systematic approach. You need a systematic approach, a system that works. Systems help you move things forward. UPS and FedEx, they have a system. You take your item to UPS or FedEx and they put a stamp on it with the address and they put it in their computer system, and then it goes into their warehouse, and then it goes onto a truck, and then it goes to the airport, then it goes to the right airport where the city is, and it goes to another location where they bring in all the items, and then they sort the items and they put them on the right trucks to get them to the right place. That is a system. It is an elaborate system, but it sure does work when you're trying to get your package sent or when you're trying to get your Amazon order delivered. Well, that's another system. Amazon decided we're going to make our own system. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? Systems help you get things done. Do you have a system for fixing your marriage, or are you winging it? Are you just like willy-nilly in it? Hey, right, you got systems for everything you need to accomplish in your life, even down to how you get up and get out of the house to get the kids to school in the morning. You got systems. You go to work and there are systems. You're succeeding in your vocation and financially because you keep working a system that works. But why do you wing your marriage and expect this most prized and important of human adult relationships to just all of a sudden come together? Like, how about if you make a decision, a resolution this year, we are not winging it anymore? And let me just tell you, I have built systems to help couples. I've built coaching systems. I've built program systems. I've built steps, pathways that as you take them one at a time, you get amazing breakthroughs. It's a system. Just so you know, like, we think relationships are just willy-nilly. We just feel our way, and if we don't feel like it, that's not the way that's not the way this works. That's not the way it was designed. It was designed to work by systematically doing the things that will feed and fuel the health of your relationship. Let me tell you about one of those systems I built. It's called the Intimacy Reset Challenge. Intimacy Reset Challenge. It's a 5-night challenge, 1 hour a night. If you and your spouse will come into that challenge, we're going to work on giving you skills, showing you the steps that you need to take to get that feeling back, that feeling of love and connection, to give you that hope back. Like, hey, we can actually fulfill our dreams for marriage. This thing that we once believed and all the other stuff got in the way and made us feel icky and started pulling us apart. We can actually change that. I'm going to show you the way in the Intimacy Reset Challenge. You're going to be amazed when you come away thinking like, oh, communication is actually easy. Oh, I actually know something about my spouse that I never knew before. I understand something about his or her needs that I never would have understood without going through this challenge. 5 nights, 1 hour a night can literally change your life. Make a resolution that we're not winging it anymore. Come on into the Intimacy Reset Challenge for $297, 5 nights of coaching where I work live with couples and pour out to you the things that I pour out to my very high-paid private clients. I don't hold back from you what I give to them, what I share with them, the insights that they learn, and they go, oh my goodness. I've seen people recover from infidelity. I've seen people decide not to get divorces. I've seen people stop arguing and tearing each other apart because of the things they learn in this kind of coaching system. So for $297, 1 hour a night for 5 nights, you can change the game. If you really want to go to the next level, you should get the VIP ticket. For an extra $200, you come in, and for an additional session each night, additional hour session each night, all I do is help people with the questions that they have, their most piercing, most painful questions. I stay in there and I coach you, and it's not for everybody. It's for people who are serious about transformation and who come into the VIP room. All right, so that's a system. You need a system. Let's decide we're not winging it anymore. We thrive where there are systems. I heard one guy once say that systems, they save you stress, time, energy, and money. SYSTEM. Save you stress, time, energy, money. The stress in your marriage is costing you. Come on and learn from a system that can really help you. All right, here's the last resolution I want to challenge you to make this year. Make the resolution and let's go. And let's give you the support, the coaching, the system that you need. No more waiting for someday. Almost like winging it, but like you know something needs to change because the way things are going is unsustainable for you. Like you're frustrated, you're tired, it's exhausting. Listen, when you keep recycling the old things, when you keep winging it, it is absolutely exhausting. Systems save you stress, time, energy, and money. And wasting money going to see counselors who you got to wait a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months sometimes to see, and they have no system. You're wasting a lot of energy, wasting a lot of money, and it's causing you a lot more stress. And I want to just encourage you, like, stop waiting for someday, do it now. Procrastination is a powerful expression of anxiety. And it's not just the anxiety of what will happen next, it's the anxiety of I don't feel like, I don't think I know what to do, and I don't think I can do it. But I'm telling you, with help, because you don't have to do it alone, you can do it. But let's not keep putting things off. Like nothing improves without intentionality. If you haven't captured anything today, nothing improves without intentionality. Nothing improves because you sat around thinking, oh, I'm dreaming that this will happen in my life someday. No, nothing happens without intentionality. Nothing happens without taking action. People who take action, they get traction. They get movement. They get growth. They get improvement. They turn things around. I'm learning more and more and more and more. The more you take action, the better you feel. The more you act towards your desires, your dreams, your longings, the better you feel. Even if you're not there yet, but you take action, you got to move. No, you got to stop waiting around for someday. Stop waiting for it to happen. Stop making your spouse wait. So I reached out to a friend who I knew was struggling with his marriage. He was part of a team that I worked for when I was working in the NFL. And I'd invited him several times to work with me in coaching because his wife was frustrated and she was coming unglued and he just would not respond. And something just said, reach out, reach out. I said, hey, I'm reaching out, just letting you know that I have a program that I think can be helpful to you, coach you. How are you guys doing? She said, we're still struggling and I'm tired. They thought about my program. They got back to me. He said, I'm going to do it for her. I like that. He said, I'm going to do it because she wants to do it. What he was saying was, I'm not going to wait till someday anymore. Because y'all know problems do not fix themselves. Infidelity doesn't fix itself. Disconnections don't fix themselves. Somebody ripped apart some wires in my yard the other day because they were digging. We're trying to put a generator in our house, and it's all a process. And they went digging under the ground so they could run the gas lines. And then they hit a wire and tore it apart. And I thought, man, I got to get somebody to come and fix these wires someday. I woke up 3 days later and realized I hadn't called anybody. And so the wires were in the same condition that they'd been in. When the electrician came to repair them, he says, it's a good thing you called and had me come and fix the wires, because otherwise, had it rained and the trench filled with water, you would have had a much bigger and far more expensive problem. Stop waiting for someday. Decide, no more waiting for someday. Hey, if you make these 3 resolutions this year, you are going to win. I would love to be your coach. I would love to be alongside you. I would love to support you. And I hope that we'll get a chance to work together. But I want you to think about these resolutions, whether we work together or not. Of course, there's nobody better than me. I'm just saying, whether we work together or not, make these resolutions and focus on them and watch what happens over this next year. Your most precious relationship will be far better than it ever has been. Hey, I'm Rod Harrison. It was great to be with you. Make sure that you like, subscribe. Let me know what's helpful in the comments. Drop some questions in the comments. We'll make some more content to try to focus on the questions that you ask. But I'm glad you were here. I'm glad well, let me say it this way. Thank you for letting me spend this time with you. I care about you, happy to support you, even with this content. We'll talk again. We'll see you soon.